Health and Wellness is reporting that the island has recorded 47 new cases of COVID-19 and 1 death within the last 24 hours. According to the ministry, the new cases are comprised of 22 males and 25 females, ranging in age from 3 days to 83 years. Now, these cases takes the total of COVID-19 cases to 10,911, of which 3,888 are active. The ministry has classified all of the new cases as under investigation. Meanwhile, a 67-year-old male from St. Catherine is the country's latest death, taking the island's COVID-19 death toll to 259. The ministry also reported that 114 patients have recovered from the virus, taking the country's total recoveries to 6,614. President of the People's National Party and leader of the opposition, Mark Golding, today named his complete slate of shadow cabinet appointees. The leader of the opposition has advised the Governor-General to appoint Peter Bunting as a senator, who will also assume the role of leader of opposition business in the Senate and is returning as opposition spokesman on national security. In the meantime, Member of Parliament for South East St. Andrew, Julian Robinson, will shadow finance, planning and the public service. Mr. Golding previously shadowed the portfolio, but beside his duties as opposition leader and president of the PNP, he will now shadow the defense portfolio. Among those newly appointed are Senator Janice Allen as opposition spokesperson on tourism, Lothan Cousins, opposition spokesperson on water and agriculture, Senator Gabriella Morris on youth and sports, and Hugh Graham on commerce, science and technology. Still making news tonight, the family of KERRY-ANN Collins, who sustained third-degree burns to over 80% of her body, are pleading with the public to assist with her medical care that is desperately needed to save her life. Here is COLLIN with more on this story.
Family of KERRY-ANN Collins is seeking financial assistance for her urgent medical care after receiving third-degree burns during a fire at her apartment at the Palm Grove housing scheme off Spanish Town Road in Kingston last Friday. Her mother, Delcita Anderson, in speaking with our news team, explained what had transpired leading to her daughter being badly burned.
My name is Delcita Anderson. And my daughter got burned up last week, Friday, right here at the stove. She was hotting a rami soup to drink and turn on the stove. Never know that this will happen and just walk away, come back and strike the matches. And the stove blow up on her. And I crying out for help. I in the bedroom, lie down. And when I come out, I see she jumping and fireballing. Why? I'm going to draw for the bottle water, throw up on her and out her. And start throw water all about in the house and out the house. And me I beg for help. Me need help. The doctor them down at KPH, doctor and nurse a fight with her for me. Kingston Public Hospital, then don't have a burn unit down there. And them a fight to help her down there. Me need help. Me I beg Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister for Jamaica. Me I beg Biscuit Company. Me I beg KFC. Me I beg the whole of the people, Usain Bolt, Shelly and Fraser. Me I beg no help. My daughter suffer. She left and dying. The doctor say she not go overseas. She got dead. Help. Christopher Tufton. Bounty killer, Beanie Man, me I beg no help. Third-degree burn, she burned bad. To one, her foot, her bottom, her back. She left on her dying bed. Jamaica come out and help me.
Miss Collins' uncle, Harris Anderson, who had to rescue his niece from the fire, explained what he had to do to get her to safety.
When I was going to work, and I look upstairs and saw the rumblings. So I go upstairs now, but the grill was a barrier, the grill was a barrier. So anyway, the grill open, and with the grill open, I saw the fridge on fire, microwave on fire, settee on fire, and Saturday was in the bathtub. I tried to lift her out, I call for help back up, Because her skin was just rolling off her. Her skin, she didn't have no skin, it was just rolling off her. She have no skin. No skin on her. Just rolling. She need help. So we are called Jamaica. Call Jamaica to help her. She need desperate.
Sister FELLECIA Collins, in explaining the extent of her sister's injuries, also outlined that her urgent care can only be done overseas at a cost of over $700,000.
Well, she's 80% burned, third degree. She don't have any skin on her body, and the doctors down there and the nurses are fighting round the clock. The doctors them a fight to keep her and prevent her from bacteria and germs to enter her body because she don't have no skin on her body. No skin at all, she don't have on her body. She burn, and them don't have a burn unit. I don't know if that is true, but Jamaica doesn't have a burn unit in Jamaica. So right now, oh God, Miami, Jackson Memorial in Miami want to assist, but they want the payment first, and we don't have the money. 773,000 US, 773,000 US for the surgery. She need plastic surgery and she need skin. You understand? She needs some special treatment that we don't have the facility out here to give her that treatment. And me a plead she down there, and she a hang on, you know. She a hang on, because when the doctors them call, them a try to keep her. My sister fight. My sister fight and chew money. Chew money. She can't get the help. Chew money, there's no help for her.
Another uncle complained that the building is lacking a fire escape, while suggesting that this should be put in place to prevent a similar occurrence.
Most of these apartments they build with old fire escape units. So if there's a fire, if a fire on a micro floor, go down to a last floor, to any other floor on a building, there's no escape, you know? Saying so, up to the last floor, there's no more escape. So things to put in place, you know, with these areas of building, that we can have some way that people can escape or get the fire out of the way before it reaches far, because it's our life, it's our loved one and our family member. When you lose a loved one, it's very painful and it takes a lot. So we have to get that going as a country. Kingston Public Hospital is the #1 hospital for this country. All right, and they do not have a fire. They do not have a burn unit, you know. So you don't have it here now. You have to think of flying overseas, which take a lot, and a lot of persons don't have the money. You have the first dollar to even start make an overseas flight, overseas contract, you know.
Our news team also spoke with other residents who shared similar concerns regarding having sufficient emergency exits to the building.
Well, they have no way because it's just one door. The place grill up. So we have problem all along. Don't have a next door.
Is it a major concern?
Yes. The place is grill up. We don't have no other choice, just one door. If in case of fire, we just sit there and suffocate. We have to make some sort out that we get a next door. Yes, we like some help to get a next door. We are living here. I'm living here for 12 years. And now it's causing a problem because this girl burned up badly. And if it was another door, then she would get out quicker.
Well, we have a major concern about fire, because if there's a fire upstairs, we can't get past to go downstairs. Just one way in, one way out. No fire escape. Right. For this scheme, for this Palm Grove scheme, we are calling on the authority to put a fire escape on the building everywhere in the scheme, because we need it.
Reporting for Mello TV News, I'm KERRY-ANN May.
Thank you, COLLIN. Now we go to news from the capital, where 30-year-old Andre Arnold of Penso Street, Jonestown in Kingston 12, has been missing since November 28. He is of dark complexion, medium build, and about 5 feet 8 inches tall. When last seen, he was wearing a white polo shirt, blue jeans, and a pair of gray sneakers. All efforts to contact him have proven futile. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Andre Arnold is being asked to contact the Trenchtown Police at 876-948-8243, Police 119 Emergency, or the nearest police station. In the meantime, an Ananda alert has been activated for 14-year-old Janella Williams of Montclair Heights in Maypen, Clarendon, who has been reported missing. She is of brown complexion, slim-build and about 5 feet 5 inches tall. Reports from the New Kingston Police are that Janella was last seen at about 1:15 p.m. yesterday at a taxi stand, dressed in a white t-shirt, blue distressed denim jeans, and a pair of black Nike slippers. All efforts to contact her have proven futile. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Janella Williams is being asked to contact the New Kingston Police at 876-926-3508, Police 119 Emergency, or the nearest police station. We go now to news from Manchester, where detectives assigned to the police division in the parish are probing the circumstances surrounding the fatal shooting of a teen and the injuring of another in Brockery District, Christiana, yesterday. Deceased is 14-year-old Ricardo Richards, otherwise called Deshaun Ashley, of DuPont Avenue, Kingston 20. Reports from the Christiana Police coming into our news center are that at approximately 8:20 p.m., Ricardo was sitting in the driver's seat of a Honda Accord motor car, while the other teenager was sitting on the bonnet of the vehicle along the roadway. They were pounced upon by armed men traveling in a Toyota Axia motor car, who opened fire, hitting them several times. The police were alerted and they were taken to the hospital, where Ricardo was pronounced dead and the teen was admitted in serious but stable condition. Still making Mello TV news, the 3 accused that have been charged with the murder of 63-year-old Marcia Chinyu at her home at Ingleside Close in Manchester last week are scheduled to return to court on December 8. The 3 persons, including a woman, were charged with murder and conspiracy to murder. They are 24-year-old carpenter Shaquille Perkins of Woodlawn Crescent, Manchester, 36-year-old Dwayne Brown, a security manager of Oakland Drive, Manchester, and 34-year-old Zoe Forrest, a businesswoman also of Oakland Drive. The accused persons were taken before the Manchester Parish Court on Tuesday and were remanded in police custody. Chinyu was found by neighbors with stab wounds inside her car in the driveway at her home at about 8:30 p.m. on November 26. The police were alerted and she was taken to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. Police investigators theorized that robbery may have been a motive for her killing. As we continue with the news tonight, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Floyd Green says the Predial Larceny Prevention Unit is boosting their investigative and prosecutorial efforts to curtail predial larceny over the Christmas season.
At this time of year, especially when Christmas comes around, there is a significant increase in the incidence of predial larceny. And again, I think DCP has laid out genuinely why that is the case. And I think this year more than ever, we have to be extremely vigilant because of what we have seen happen to our markets in relation to the recent rains and what that means in relation to increased prices that people can get. So there are going to be, because of these increased prices across all crop lines, even crops that we don't normally see high incidence of predial larceny, we're going to have to keep a keen lookout for, because again, based on the prices, people will see this as an opportunity for them to profit without putting in any work. So I am very happy that we're having this training session. We continue from where we sit at the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries to look to see how we can strengthen our predial larceny prevention, coordination and operations.
The Agriculture Minister, who was speaking at the Anti-Predial Larceny Pre-Christmas Training Program hosted by the Predial Larceny Prevention Coordination Unit and the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF yesterday expressed his commendations to the JCF on their renewed approach to predial larceny.
We're very happy to see how seriously the JCF is taking this, especially with the build-out of the units across the police divisions. And I want to commend the approach that ACP Welch, Sergeant Williams is taking, building out these units, and new DCP Blake in terms of ensuring that they're adequately staffed. We have seen that resources are now flowing to these units in relation to motor vehicles, and we want to, where we can assist in that regard, help, because again, we want to ensure that not only are these units formed, but they have the resources needed to ensure that they can be effective. While we urge our farmers to protect their crops and livestock by ramping up their security systems, clearly the onus is on us to ensure that we go out, investigate, and catch the perpetrators of predial larceny. I think all of us, DCP Blake, ACP Welch, and the entire team, and where we sit at the ministry, we have to spend some time re-engaging our farmers so that they again recognize that predial larceny is taken seriously and that they need to make the reports.
Minister Green also said that he is reassuring farmers that there will be swift action taken following their reports of predial larceny.
The reality is that we have found that a lot of the incidents of predial larceny still go unreported, largely because our farmers believe that nothing will be done. I think we have to use this training session to reassure farmers that action will happen when the reports come in, and to let them know that we're taking better steps, that when they go to report predial larceny now, we have dedicated units that are staffed and are tasked to act upon those reports. We have to get that communication out into the field so that our farmers know that we are here for them. And also, not only do we have to communicate it, it has to be true. So it can't be that reports come in to police stations and they're taken for granted. Right? The officers on the ground have to ensure that they go out, that they engage the farmers. People who are in agriculture not only are in it for business, but it's a passion. So when they lose something like their prize ram, it is a very not only hard experience, but emotional experience. And the officers have to ensure that they're there to reassure them that not only will they act upon it, but they can go again because they will get the level of protection that is necessary.
And those are the stories making news. I am Shelly-Ann Hill. We'll now take a break and then join Christopher Scott with sports.